sure most of you have a mobile device, and I'm sure that all of you who have one have an app on it. Well, what you may not know is that all those apps on phones were originally based off of the success of handheld gaming, specifically the Game Boy. But what is a Game Boy, and why was it so successful? We'll have to look at the origins of handheld gaming all the way back in the late 70s. Before the Game Boy existed, handheld gaming was barely hanging on for dear life. The first handheld gaming device was Auto Race in 1979. It was created by Mattel Toys and was literally a red dot moving across the screen. Then there was the Microvision, a small handheld that also had changeable cartridges, like the Game Boy, but they never really caught on. The creator of the Game Boy was Gunpei Yokoi. Yokoi worked for Nintendo back when it was still a toy company in the 70s and created a previous handheld known as the Game & Watch, but didn't really catch on. But one day, while on a bullet train to Tokyo, he saw a bored businessman pressing buttons randomly on a calculator, and that was his inspiration for the Game Boy. The Game Boy was a plastic brick-looking device with a monochrome green-tinted screen, along with a D-pad, 2 action buttons, and interchangeable cartridges to play games. But it was inferior to the 2 other handhelds in 1989, the year of its release, the Atari Lynx and the Sega Game Gear. But how was it so popular? One word: Tetris.
So the game I played most on the Game Boy was Tetris, and this is both the original Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. There were 2 versions of Tetris on those games, but I mean, Tetris, it spanned more than just, you know, the kids playing. It was also something that adults played, and that was something you didn't see a lot of when I was a kid playing video games. Was adults playing video games, and they seemed to love Tetris.
Tetris came with every original Game Boy and made it sell millions of systems. Sales were booming for years until it started to show its age. But then the young gaming world was struck by a game so addictive, it made Candy Crush look like a laughingstock. Pokemon Red and Blue hit store shelves and it spread like wildfire. It got its own line of plushies, its own manga, and even its own anime. The Game Boy is a truly remarkable system. Between the years 1989 of the original Game Boy and 2005 of the Game Boy Micro, it sold 200 million systems. It was a major innovation in the gaming market and gave to the idea of the App Store. While one may argue that these devices are just distracting children and just act as a babysitter, but there is so much more that the Game Boy has given to phones and electronics we hold dear. I don't even have to stress about how many people have Clash of Clans. Here's 3 reasons why I think the Game Boy was just so remarkable. First of all, it was both fun and simple, so it was easy to pick up and play. It basically led to the basis of apps, as well as the App Store and Google Play, and also helped make the 2nd biggest video game franchise in the world, right after Mario. As I've learned from the Industrial Revolution, the Game Boy had what are called Goldilocks conditions, or conditions that fit just right. It had affordability at $90 and came with the game Tetris. Originally, Nintendo wanted Super Mario Land to be packaged with the system. Even though Tetris was created by Alex Pajitnov in 1984, Hank Rogers had the rights to it in other countries besides Russia, and he claimed, "A Mario title will sell to little boys, Tetris will sell to everyone." Tetris sold 36 million copies on the Game Boy, and helped it in its early years, thus resulting in its massive popularity in the 1990s. As you can see, the Game Boy is an extraordinary device that changed the gaming market forever. And as we go into the future, with the new handhelds, the 3DS and the PlayStation Vita, we hope to see the Game Boy's original ideals still intact.